All right, greetings. Sending warm, positive vibrations and a shout out to all of my early risers and early risers circle. So, this early day, our relaxation, we're going to take just a few moments to be very intentional about setting the tone for the day. And our contemplation that you're invited to consider is, are you waking up already? When your eyes pop open, are you waking up stressed? And are you waking up tired? Right? Sometimes, as soon as we open our eyes, we're thinking of all the different things that we have to do. And we're not even taking the time to really access some relaxation and being very intentional about our day, other than being a worker. And there's nothing wrong with work. However, if we're just going day in and day out, just with responsibilities and work, and if we're feeling the internal dialogues, I don't have time to eat healthy, I'm just going to grab something as I go. And I'm going to do this exercise, but I don't really have time for that. That's something to consider, because we know the body temple, it needs sleep. It needs nutrition, real food, foods that are easy to digest, that are full of water and nutrient dense. We actually need affection, primarily from ourselves, so in the way that we speak to ourselves. And are we gentle, and do we just take care of ourselves the way we would like others to take care of us? So I invite you to consider slowing down to breathe and observe your internal dialogue. Now, anything I say is not necessarily the truth. If it doesn't resonate with you, by all means, please leave it right here. However, I invite you to consider the stress and anxiety. That part of that stress and anxiety is coming from not doing what we are called to do. That's when it comes to taking care of ourselves and taking the time, not making the time, taking the time, just taking it. Taking the time for a movement practice, and taking the time for relaxation, and taking the time to prepare not just healthy beauty food, but beautiful beauty food. And somehow we think it has to take a long time. It can or not. Some days it may fluctuate. There's enough time. I invite you to consider there's enough time. There's enough time. There's enough time for a movement practice. There's enough time to eat healthy. I invite you just to see how that feels when you say there's enough time. There is if you say so. Take the time. I'm inviting you to take the time and see how that makes you feel. Also, in setting the tone for the day, in order to get very intentional and to stay grounded before you are just sucked into the tidal wave, before you are sucked into the tidal wave of stress and anxiety-ridden thoughts, I invite you to take a few moments to be intentional about relaxing. And you have access to relaxation via your breath. You have access to relaxation via your breath. So, and today in the Kacoon work, I invite you today to lie on the floor, and you can curl up gently into fetal position, or you're invited to lay on your back with your legs extended, your arms extended with your palms turned up toward the ceiling. And you're going to tilt the bowl of the pelvis so your hip bone is going up in the direction of your nose, and you want your lower back to be nestled into the floor. And you're going to relax. I'm going to take a few moments just to breathe. Very, very simple. Oh, you're welcome. Greetings. Good morning. You're welcome to relax. Relaxation is really, really powerful. I consider it a nutrient. It is nutrient dense. Just you relaxing. No middleman is required. No religion. No guru. We all have a divine, on board, innate intelligence. All of us were born with it. All of us, we've been indoctrinated and instructed on what to call it and what it is, and we've been given the context. Somebody else has given us the context on it. But how about I invite you with a healthy sense of curiosity to explore your, I've got mine and you've got yours, divine, on board, innate intelligence. There are multiple intelligences filtering through this machine as we're walking around on this particular 3D earth plane. And I hear all the talk of spirituality. Again, somebody has written the context for us from a child, between school and a child. So sometimes we're so caught up in survival mode, we don't explore these things in a very simplistic way. So we're all breathing, and breathing is free. It's free. We all have access to our breath. So just that simple, we're going to explore deep breathing. We're going to be breathing through the nose. Your eyes can be closed or open, so if you are driving, please keep your eyes open. And you're welcome to replay this in the afternoon before you eat. And if you want to take an internal power nap where you re-energize yourself, you can actually re-energize yourself intentionally. And I want to emphasize being intentional, because think about this. I invite you to think about this for a moment. The folks trying to sell you something, marketers trying to sell you all manner of things and more clothes that you don't need. Do you need more relaxation, or do you need more clothes first? Which one is the priority? Because with relaxation, we can be more intentional about what we're feeding our esteem, what we're feeding the thoughts, our subconscious, the food that we're feeding ourselves. I've been working as a trainer and a professional chef and nutrition coach for decades, and I'm always fascinated. I'm fascinated by what drives human behavior, what drives self-sabotaging behavior, right? We have mindless, right? We're not going to demonize. And we're going to have a healthy sense of curiosity about the different habits we have. Overeating, eating late at night, eating way too much for our little stomach. Eating foods that we know will bloat us, break us out, jack up our liver, make our breath stink, as if it's fun, to numb out. No judgment here. You have your own experience. But I invite you, if you can do those things, why not try on deep breathing, relaxation? It's absolutely free. Whatever you have to lose with some of your perhaps thinking, anxiety-ridden thinking, being mindless when you're eating, and being stressed out. So I think that's a nice trade-off. So if you're driving, you're upright with your eyes open, but you can still be very relaxed, or you find your comfortable position. And we're going to inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. And just see what being very intentional, how that makes you feel. How you feel is so important. It's giving you a lot of clues to self-transformation. That can give you tremendous clues to self-transformation. So here we go. So how does that feel? Just to take a few minutes just to relax. Really love things that we can leverage, and there are things that we have access to, that we are able to access. There are things that we can do. So with that relaxation, I invite you to take a few moments just to scan your body and to bring your awareness to your body. Is there anything that your body is communicating to you? Right? I invite you to have compassion for yourself. I invite you to consider that if you have additional adipose tissue, what is the technical term for fatty tissue or unhealthy adipose tissue on your body, I invite you to consider saying thank you, because it's communication. It's a result as eating mindlessly, and if your skin has a lot of acne, I've had a lot of it. These are things that affect our esteem, but I invite you to consider that they are a communication, that your body's communicating and trying to tell you something. Right? If you're being very reactionary to things that are actually happening to you or that have happened to you, or people are maybe perhaps violating your personal boundaries and you're hyperventilating, you're holding your breath, I invite you to just take a couple of seconds to relax and breathe. And to breathe before you eat, and breathe while you eat, and eat more. Consume the energy you're consuming that's going to become a part of your breast, your lungs, your stomach. I invite you, if this is healing energy, if the purpose of it is to rebuild and replenish, fortify for new muscle, new skin, I invite you to take a moment to breathe so you can get grounded in now rather than following around, zombie like many of us, the screen of emotions in our mind and all the images that are being projected into our mind, with folks trying to sell us stuff and sell us modes of behavior. So I'm inviting you all to create a great day on purpose, a day with something that you can be proud of in terms of the way that you're treating yourself. And I invite you to treat yourself the way you would like to be treated. Y'all create a great day. See you soon.